Many people avoid Soho. Too chaotic, too touristy, too loud. But I've embraced it. Why? Because I think you can have the best of both worlds here. But let's face it, Soho's not for everyone. But it might be for you. How do I know? Well, I researched 160 London hotels, visited 48, and paid for 10 stays, and I think I've found Soho's best design hotel. Today, I'm taking you inside this quirky hotel and neighborhood to see if I can convince you that this is the way to do London. The Soho Hotel is right down this alley. Stepping into the lobby, I'm starting to feel like this is going to be a fun stay. An odd mix that kind of works. A traditional check-in desk surrounded by, for lack of a better term, pop art that gives this place a lot of personality. One of the things I appreciate most about the Soho Hotel is that they've created spaces that, I don't know, don't feel like a hotel. They feel more like the home of your interior decorator friend who just happens to have a lot of imagination. This room is my favorite spot in the hotel. During the day, it's got a bit of a co-working vibe. People on laptops, staff bringing drinks, friends hanging out. In the evening, in contrast to the very happening hotel bar, it transforms into a quieter place for a drink or just a place to decompress. But I think it's the mix that gets me. The art, the sculpture, the furniture, none of it should work together, but somehow it does. Calming without being boring. Off the living room, there's a smaller, quieter space that's more tucked away. I'm calling this the library. And in the basement, a well-appointed gym. Come on in and let me show you around to my upgraded room. You know, I get upgraded a lot. I'm pretty good at this, so I'm gonna have to do a separate video about that. This is a fantastic room. Love the bed. Kind of the headboard there is, I've never seen anything like it. I think it's really cool, and it's just has art on both sides of the bed. I think is actually really nice, and I guess the word that's coming to mind as I look around the room is eclectic. It's got modern elements like this light above the bed, very different kind of art, and then this like bookshelf over here with like classic books, but definitely antique-y. The desk is totally modern, the coffee table is modern, but somehow it all works together. I don't think I could ever be a decorator because I don't understand how these things work. If I tried this, it wouldn't look this good, but somehow this all works. I mean, the seating area is so nice, and again, like modern pieces. Love the two-tone couch, and then offset by this antique piece, and then a glass thing with animals in it. That's random and different. I've never seen that in a hotel before. What do you call these things? They're not mannequins. Are they mannequins? Anyway, they're things that seamstresses use to put stuff together. Everything is just really well done. Okay, now, closet space, massive. I mean, I could rent this out as another room. Really nice mini bar set up here with a safe and snacks, and then, yeah, I really like the bathroom. It's just kind of very cohesive, got a little bit of pop of color. Yeah, I think I'm gonna be really comfortable here. I love my room. I know I said I've embraced Soho, and I have, but I was skeptical at first, and for good reason. It's spring break without the beach. There are tourist traps, tons of bling, too many souvenir shops. So why did I come around? Because once I gave it a chance, I found the other side. From fancy Michelin-starred restaurants to interesting casual spots, bars with tons of character, tons of diversity, some great indie shopping, and you can walk to half of London from here. The theater district, galleries, you name it. You're in the heart of it for sure. And yes, there's chaos, that's real. But so is this. You just need somewhere to retreat to when you've had enough. Which brings me to the bar. The bar and the restaurant share the same space. Busy, but not crazy. There's live music, and the whole room has Soho's energy without the chaos. I'm not having dinner here just to drink, but the vibe is exactly right. Nice menu. They also serve breakfast and lunch here. Anyway, this is what I mean by the best of both worlds. You're in the heart of it, but you've got your refuge. I'm here to help you avoid those, but this doesn't look like the website moments. Booking your next trip with us helps support my mission. The pillows. You ready for this? Drum roll, please. They get a 10. Yep. Good night. In terms of the highs, I love the design here. And the location's great if you want to be in this kind of neighborhood. In terms of lows, I don't really have anything negative to say. You should know this place is on the expensive side, but I think it's worth it given how good it is. If you think this place is wild, just wait, because my Best of London series continues at Chateau Denmark, a London hotel that's so different and so hard to describe that you'll just have to check it out here. Thanks for watching, and see you in the next video.